Hello everyone, and welcome back to Stories with me, Jesse. Today we're once again visiting Reddit/tifu, or Today I F'd Up, for some truly embarrassing stories of people who made some boneheaded mistakes. Let me know what you think of these stories in the comments, as well as any suggestions you might have that we may just use in a future installment. Brace yourselves for some epic fudge ups, cause we're getting started now. Our first story is titled, Today I Fudged Up by helping my cat kill a moth. Ever since he was a kitten, my cat and I had come to an understanding. Let me explain. My cat generally doesn't like being picked up. However, one time, 6 years ago, a moth flew into my house. My cat wanted to kill it, but he couldn't reach it. I don't know how I got the idea, but I picked him up to help him reach it. At first he squirmed. Then when he realized he could reach the moth, he forgot about me and proceeded to murder the moth. Afterwards, I'd put him down, give him a treat, and a couple pets. And from then on, we had a pact. When a moth, spider, or some other bug was out of reach, I'd pick him up and my cat would kill it. Truly a win-win situation. Fast forward 6 years to today, a moth flew into my bedroom. Just as I get up to kill it, I see my cat staring intensely at it. He's got this determined, adorable, murderous look on his face. As I'm looking at him, he turns to me, and I can almost see the pleading in his eyes. Please, I got this. Okay, I respond. I pick him up and he starts waving his paws in what are several failed attempts at catching the moth. WTF, boy. Maybe a little rusty at this. Then, in what can only be described as a 400 IQ move, the moth flies directly at my cat. My cat panics and flails everywhere. I scream and drop him from about 7 feet up. He's fine. Pain. There is only pain. I look at my arm. In the moment, I have no idea how bad it is, so I just rush to the bathroom to disinfect my arm. Fortunately, it's not that bad. It just stings whenever I move my left arm or hand. I walk back to my room and see the fucker just laying there. You see this shit? I asked him. He sniffed it a bit and just kind of looked unconcerned. Meh, just a minor flesh wound. Didn't even rupture an artery. My claws must be dull. I mean, that looks bad. I go into my room and see the moth there. I go to kill it, and my cat makes this weird trilling sound. He's staring intensely at the moth, eyes filled with murder lust. He looks at me for permission. This time, I kill the moth. TLDR, cat broke our murder pact. Probably should never have formed one with a cat anyway. Oh my god. As much as that kitty wanted the moth, he apparently wanted blood a little more. My cat likes to attack bugs too, but if he wants it, he can go after it independently. What were you thinking? Cats are cute, but they can't be reasoned with, regardless of what kind of pact you thought you made with him. Moving on, our next story is called Today I Fudged Up by accidentally telling the bank my wife died. Pre-post edit. Please stop giving coins or gold or other things. I don't know what they're for, and I'm not interested really. I just needed to get this story out. Thank you. So you can't make this stuff up. The last 2 days have been desperate comedy gold. My wife Tracy passed away on Tuesday morning, so our bank account is in my wife's name, not mine. I had to draw the money out in cash before calling the bank to notify them of Tracy's passing before they locked it. I went online, transferred the money in various parts of the account into the card, then decided after logging out that I'd create my new account with them. I needed that in a few days for my Centerlink payment to go into. I put in all my data, then hit enter. The process stalled and the bank said that as my name is part of another account, they've been locked and to call them on the phone. I now remembered that my name is in their system as the owner of a card in another part of the account, but not the account as a whole. For f***'s sake. I rang them up and we sorted out the confusion, with me explaining that as my wife had passed, I needed the new account. No problems, we can sort that out. Also, just so you know, your wife's account has been frozen as she has passed. Me, blink blink. But I needed to get the money out to pay bills, and with the most sincerest apologies from her, genuinely, she said, Sorry, this call is being recorded, and we are bound by federal law as soon as we become aware. Mental facepalm. Fine, no worries, I'll just deal with that after all. Worse things have happened. We sorted it out. She gave me the new numbers and password. Then I hung up. I put in the details, put in the password. Nope. Tried again. Nope. Tried again. Nope. You have 3 failed access attempts. Your account is now blocked. Please come and visit us in our nearest branch, 30 kilometers away. A mate was with me and offered to run me to Rockingham. We got up there and sorted the issue without much of a fuss. A quick drive back and Tracy's friend Allison rocks up. She soon discovers that my PC is having issues and said she'd take it to her husband to fix. Sweet. Off everyone goes and I sit down, eat, and then think, oh yeah, I have to change my bank details on my MyGov account for Friday. Oh shit, no PC. That's okay, I have the laptop. Set it up, open MyGov. What's my password? All on the PC. That's okay. I'll just call them and get the numbers. Where's my phone? I can't find my phone. Right. I'll call from the landline. No ringtone sounds. Shit. Uses my wife's Facebook account on her phone to phone my mate and ask him if my phone is in his car. Yep. 40 kilometers away. Okay, asks for phone number of Allison who has the PC, rings and gets MyGov account details. Finally, gets into MyGov and changes account details. Success. It's late. Bed. Had to be up today to go to the funeral home to meet a relative and arrange things. Another mate came for a welcome visit with his daughter. We all jumped into our cars. They go home, me to the funeral home. Turn the ignition key. Bang, 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 bang. Big blue cloud of smoke. Yep, that'll be fatal. F that. Not dealing with it. My mate gives me a lift into town, and we go to see the funeral directors. They take our names and who we're there concerning. About 5 minutes later, they come back. We can't seem to find Tracy. Me, blink, blink. You, sorry, what? Yeah, that happened. 15 minutes later, they come back. We found her. She's on her way here. So, due to a logistic snafu, she wasn't transferred down immediately, as she was picked up outside of regular hours and taken to a central location until the next day. Well, as usual, she's still causing bloody chaos after she's gone! Ha 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 ha! Weekend at Tracy's. Wow. Isn't that amazing that while you're trying to take care of things after your wife's passing, every possible thing seemed to go wrong in the most respectful way possible? Maybe your wife's spirit was giving you a hard time. The passing of a spouse is generally a sad occasion, but if this is your experience after she's gone, I can only imagine the story of how you two met. Be warned, the next story might set you off if you're squeamish. Moving on, our next story is titled, Today I fudged up by removing my earwax blockage. Last Saturday I woke up in the middle of the night. No big deal, but I immediately noticed something was wrong with my left ear. I had no pain, but every few seconds I would hear a loud crackling noise in my ear. I have experienced an earwax blocking before, but I had never heard this sound before. This made me concerned, so I tried Googling my symptoms, but to no avail. It's probably just an earwax blockage, right? I think to myself. I stuffed a cotton pad with olive oil in my ear to soften the earwax and returned to bed. After putting the cotton pad in my ear, the crackling sound stopped, but it was replaced with some soft ticking sounds. It made it hard to fall asleep, but eventually I managed to drift off. The next morning, the noises in my left ear had stopped. Great, but there was still wax in my ear because I could still hear it move when I put pressure on my ears. Over the course of the next few days, I tried to remove the earwax myself. I put water in my ear, more cotton pads with olive oil, and I even tried to get it out with tweezers. I know I shouldn't have done that, but I was impatient and really wanted to just get the earwax out and be done with it. All these methods failed to get the earwax out until today. I was once again stupidly poking around with tweezers inside my ear when I finally managed to grab the earwax. Excited, I took it out and wanted to look at what my ear had just birthed. To my horror, the blockage in my left ear was not caused by earwax, but it was caused by what looked like a kind of tiny moth. This creature had somehow managed to climb into my ear at 2 a.m., caused me to wake up, and couldn't leave my ear because of the cotton pad I had stuffed inside. I am still trying to process that I had a dead moth in my ear for half a week. TLDR, I thought I had an earwax blockage, tried removing it on my own, turned out it was a moth trying to make my ear its home or something. Gross. That is 2 stories about the terrors of moths in one episode. I know they're pretty harmless, but you tell me if you'd like a bug to crawl inside your ear and make themselves comfortable. Yuck. This story is one of my fears come to life, and I'd love to know what you think about it in the comments. Our final story is titled, Today I Fudged Up Wondering What That Smell Was. This happened a couple nights ago. Eldest child wondered what the smell was in the house at 2 a.m. and came in to wake us up. She often has an oversensitive nose, and it was probably a skunk or something outside. After talking for about 10 minutes, I decided, fine, I'll go look. As I started going downstairs, it hit me. We actually had a gas leak. I could smell it going downstairs. My brain stopped. How could this happen? I went back upstairs and told her to get to her bedroom. Wife was up at that point as well. I decided to hold my breath and go back down. We just replaced the igniter on our oven, and I wondered if somehow that got bumped. Didn't light up and is pumping gas into our house. The scene from Jason Bourne popped in my head. Please let the toaster be off. Holding my breath as long as I could, I opened the back door, then went to the kitchen. I heard the hiss at first and tried to figure out where it was coming from. Finally, I found one of the burners didn't get turned off after dinner. When the pan was removed and put in the sink, the air put out the flame because it was on low. That was 6 to 8 hours earlier. I'm thinking, no wonder I was feeling tired watching TV earlier. I was being poisoned. And just lucky I decided to go upstairs to bed instead of falling asleep on the couch. Luck +1. I quickly turned off the gas, not realizing when you do that, it turns past the igniter for the burner. I must have been fast enough. It didn't do the spark, spark, spark. Luck +2. Quick thinking on my part told me to also open the front door to get a draft going. The dumb thinking on my part was to turn on the fan vent in the laundry room just off the kitchen. Later we read that turning on the vent could cause a spark. And more likely than turning on a light. Luck +3. While I was downstairs, the wife called the gas company, and then we all left the premises. Gas company showed up an hour later or so. Took a while. And did a sniff test, then pressure check. Pressure good. If I didn't turn off that burner, we would have had to call a plumber to come out and figure out where the leak was. Luck +4. Saved me $300 to be told to turn off the stove. All in all, I'm alive. My family is alive. And the house we are renting didn't blow up. Luck +5. I think I'll go buy a lotto ticket. On the downside, the next day, I did Google house gas leak explosion and about crapped my pants as to what could have been my fate with all that gas filling the downstairs. TLDR, gas stove left on unlit for 6+ hours. Could have blown up house turning on laundry fan. Holy crap! Sounds like you lucked out, buddy. I don't know if it was you who left the stove on, but despite every move you made, potentially endangering your family further, you survived, and your house didn't go boom. That was certainly a roller coaster ride of a story, but I wouldn't push your luck any further, at least not in this lifetime. But what did you guys think of this story, or any of today's in general? I'd really love to talk about it in the comments. Anyways, that's all the time we have for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you once again for tuning in with me, Jesse. What did you think of these stories? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content, and check out what other stories I have for you. I hope each and every one of you has a great day ahead. Try and think things through before you do something stupid. But we're all human, so sometimes there's no avoiding a tifu moment. I'll catch you in the next one.